Kamala Harris has been experiencing so much virality that we've almost never seen before. It hasn't even been a week since she has been presumably the Democratic Party's nominee. Okay. But the question that I want to answer today, like many of the people who are probably watching this right now, is what does Kamala Harris stand for? What are her policies? Now, I think the best way to learn about this is from the written text on her website, and not just Kamala's, but RFK Jr.'s, President Trump's. Like, let's go and check out all of their websites because I think this is important. And I know there's probably going to be some of you out there who are like, okay, well, you've seen her position in videos, right? And yeah, we have kinda, but I feel like every time we see those videos, all of her positions are almost reiterations of someone else's positions, like President Biden's, right? For the most part, they've had very similar positions on nearly everything. I don't know if she's differentiated herself enough from President Biden. So what I want to know is what Kamala Harris stands for. And we're going to discover that in this website. So this is her website here, Harris for President. This is kamalaharris.com. All right, let's refresh the page. Let's see how it looks. Okay, immediately you're greeted with your help, Kamala Harris is ready to win this election. Okay, just like any other candidate, right? Asking for a donation. We're just going to hit close right there. Okay, so immediately we see take action, store, another donate button. Together we can win this. Okay, join the campaign. They want your email and phone number. Sure, sure, sure. I'll look at the bottom. Maybe we could find some. No policies here. Huh. Wait a second. Oh, I get it. Maybe it's not normal for presidential candidates to actually share their positions or their perspectives. Okay, well, let's check out RFK's. Oh, wait, no, he has his policies right here. That's interesting. The left isn't better, right isn't better, better is better. Okay. Okay, well, he has his policies on there. Kamala Harris doesn't have her policies on there. Okay, well, let's look at Trump's, right? Of surely Trump's website will have some policies, right? Okay, so this is his website. This is on his platform. Okay, Agenda 47. They probably realized that Project 2025 wasn't working out for them. Anyways, this is President Trump's. These are all his policies. This is what he believes. Okay, and it goes even further. He even has all of this 2024 GOP platform. All right, how long is this? This is 16 pages. 16 pages of just their perspectives and how they see the future of the country. Okay. And again, this is RFK's. It's we the people, not we the corporations. All right. Look at this. All right. As president, look at these action statements. As president, Kennedy will install honest, competent leadership throughout the federal bureaucracy, agency by agency. He did say this in a podcast. He was like, "I'm gonna you defeat these things agency by agency. Okay, you don't try to do everything all at once, but agency by agency, organization by organization, one by one, you start cleaning things up." Makes sense. Okay. Root out corruption and replace corporate friendly agency leaders with reformers and whistleblowers dedicated to the national interest. Okay. Again, you don't have to agree with this at all. You don't have to agree with this. Okay. I'm not even going to say that I agree with this. All I'm going to say is it's right to see these things written down. Okay. I think this is what is supposed to happen. All right. We're supposed to be able to look at candidates and look at what their position is on things. Okay. Make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far. This is on Trump's perspectives. Okay. Stop outsourcing and turn the United States into manufacturing superpower. Okay. Large tax cuts for workers and no tax on tips. All right. Trump Vance 2024. That's what it's saying. All right. Now, again, let's go back to Kamala Harris and why I believe this is such an extraordinary, significant problem. You don't know what she stands for here. There's nothing on this website that suggests anything that she's planning on doing, okay? And I would love to ask you, like, how does that make you feel? All right, all these pop-ups asking for money. Together we can win this. For what? Win this for what? What future are you fighting for here? And again, I'm not anti Kamala. I am simply asking, what is she for? Is she anti anything? What is she for? I don't know. I don't know. And if you go through all of RFK's policies, right, what he believes, look at this, home ownership, the American dream. Okay. All right. As President RFK Jr. will enact a series of policies to put home ownership back within the reach of working families. Here's how: tax-free 3% government-backed mortgage bonds to bring the mortgage interest rate back to 2019 levels and even lower. All right. Zoning changes, tax code changes, bring derelict land and buildings back online. Again, these are all incredibly specific. This is good. It's good that we're able to see what he wants to do, because I believe that helps inform people like me and people like you of who we're actually putting up in these offices, the highest offices in the world. And to not know what someone's doing, to not know what they're standing for, they could essentially be standing for anything. And that's dangerous. I don't need to tell you how that's dangerous. All right. Now, the conversation that I'd really love to have now, like, this is kind of how I'd love to expand on this a bit. RFK Jr. says this a lot. It's on pretty much all of his ads. It's like Kennedy Shanahan. Then at the bottom, it says people before parties. I love it. I love that. I can't iterate how much I love that. Now that's part of like my normal vernacular. I like saying that. I think it's true, especially me. I love to keep things kind of clean. Okay. I think that's real. But also, policies above all. I think this is really important. And I believe the game that we're playing right now with Kamala Harris and what she's doing with essentially this ability to revitalize an entire generation of young people who may or may not show up to the ballots, because what she's doing right now is significant. And anyone who thinks that Kamala Harris isn't a threat is probably wrong. Okay. Because in less than a week, she's almost become a fairly serious candidate. Okay. There were a lot of people on the right side saying, okay, you know what? After the attempted assassination, there is no way that Trump loses this race. Okay. But now it's been a while since then, and it seems like people have forgotten about that. All right. He had so much support, and now it seems like a lot of it has drizzled away. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's what happened. All right. This has absolutely been by far one of the most absolutely historic, monumental election seasons in, I know I'm a young guy, so it's not even, it's kind of dumb to say in my lifetime, but it is. All right. And if you're watching this and if you're older than me, then maybe you could agree, or maybe you could share your insights or your perspective on that. Okay. I'd welcome it. But what we're seeing right now with Kamala is you click on some of these videos, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, some of these videos are pretty good. Okay. And you don't even need to trust my opinion on this. You can just look at the data. 1.7 million views and almost 2,000 comments on a video posted 3 hours ago. Okay, 5 hours ago, this has over 100,000 likes and 500,000 views. I don't even want to refresh this page because I'm convinced like the needle is going to move. You know what? Just for fun, let's look at our follower count right now. 2.1 million followers. Absolutely wild. Let's refresh. See if that has moved at all. 2.1. Okay, still 2.1. All right, but this video now has over 3 million followers. And all I'm suggesting here is that she is a serious candidate. Okay? And for a serious candidate to not have any policies or any insights or perspectives on their platform tells me one thing. It tells me one thing. Do you get I'll give you a chance to guess what it is. Okay. All right. There. Put it in the comments. That's it. I'm gonna show you. It tells me one thing. It tells me that Kamala will win if the majority of people vote based on emotion. Okay? Now, time out for a second because I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, young people historically don't really show up to the ballots. Okay, you could say that. You could say that. That's fair. I think the question is now, is she only attracting young people? I'd probably push back a little bit. And I'd probably continue to push back until November because her name has been in the ring for less than a week. And already polls after polls show her in nearly a head-to-head match up against Trump. And I believe part of the reason is because a lot of people are going to be voting for Kamala because of based on emotion purely. Right now, I don't want to say that's bad because I don't think that's bad, truly, because I think part of it's good. Because I think when people vote based on emotion, they become really passionate. They become really committed to the movement, and those things are good. Now, unfortunately, I think everyone who's watching this video could probably agree that people should probably win based on policies. That to me sounds it makes the most sense, absolutely. Okay, I'm just saying with the climate that we're in right now, what I'm seeing isn't very policy based. It's very emotional. Same thing happened with President Trump after after the assassination attempt. All right, a lot of people were feeling very emotional and they were very passionate to support Trump. They had a lot of commitment for him. A lot of people were tweeting out there saying President Trump just won the 2024 election. Okay, that happened. It's true. So now what I want to say is voting based on emotion could help win elections, but does it help America? Okay. Now, we could agree or disagree here. All right, I have a feeling I'm going to make people angry here. But if you could humor me for a second, I would I would strongly suggest for people to vote based on policy. Okay? I've always thought that. I think a lot of people on the left think they think this, but I don't think they're right, unfortunately. And here's the thing, when you vote on policy, all right, it does take more effort because you actually need to read what they stand for. You need to read what they don't stand for. But when they do that, it leads to more thoughtful and more informed decisions, ultimately, a higher quality voter. Now, I just thought about this right now, and I think it's important. But whenever you vote on policy, you actually create higher quality voters as a candidate. And when you're trying to get people to vote for you based on emotion, I believe you actually create a less quality voter, which maybe that's why a lot of candidates who attract young people, they don't actually lead to higher voter turnouts, right? Because they're not as informed, they're not as thoughtful, so it ends up being less of a quality voter. Okay, so voting on policy creates more thoughtful, more informed decisions, which leads to a higher quality voter. So I think that's important. Also, another question that I still have after all of this, which is essentially the entire point of this video, is what are Kamala Harris's policies? Okay, this has to be one of the biggest questions that I think we're going to be asking for the next chunk of time until this website is updated. Also, there is no excuse. Like this website should have been updated essentially the day after she announced her candidacy. The fact that she's able to post so often on her Twitter page, or she's like, yeah, this says providing context. I believe earlier it said, oh yeah, right here. This is the official rapid response page of Vice President Harris's presidential campaign. Okay, rapid response page. This was shared, I believe, like, yeah, look at this, 7:30, July 21st. Was this the day that President Biden actually left? Okay, because that's rapid. All right, that's rapid response. And look at how often she's posting. 14 minutes ago. 52 minutes ago, 1 hour 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 ago. Also, look at her campaign strategy, very anti-Trump, okay? All right? Now, is she anti-Trump because she's not pro anything? Because when you're for something, I don't know if you need to be anti something. All right? Because I believe being pro something, if your reasons are good enough, you almost don't need to be against something because being against something is a strategy on its own. And I believe it's mostly fueled by hate. But again, my broader point here is if you have time to be posting multiple times in an hour on Kamala HQ, I believe you owe it to American people, American public, the American voters to actually show us where you stand here. It's concerning that you're not. It's concerning that there is an astronomical amount of people who are completely for you in your comment section. Like, look at this. Okay. Look at this. I'm just going to scroll through the comments here. It's astronomical how many people are for you here, but they don't know what they're for. We're not going back. Almost 200,000 people like this. What are you for? You're not going back to what? Commenting to stay on Coconut Tree TikTok. Beyonce's freedom. Okay, this goes hard and I'm not even American. Your marketing team is fire. I'm British. That's my president. Dang, stunning campaign video. Oh, this ate. She's got my vote. Like, I'm not going back to what? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. And I hope this doesn't feel like I'm attacking her. I'm genuinely curious because you know what? Whenever I make these videos on Kennedy and I talk about him, I feel like I could share with pretty good confidence why I'm next to him, why I stand beside him, why I'm for him, why I'm comfortable discussing him in lengthy conversations. And I think one of the primary reasons I could do that is because I know where he stands. This to me makes sense. Right? Now we have Kamala here, who is the border czar, or apparently you can't say that word because apparently the media never said it, but everyone knows that's not true. President Biden did appoint her to that, and many other mainstream media sources have claimed that she is the border czar, but now it seems like there's some sort of you're being misled. We're being manipulated in real time because now she doesn't want to take responsibility for the very thing that she was entrusted in. And that should make you frustrated. It makes me frustrated. And to me, it's hard to have these conversations without displaying so much frustration, but I don't want to project anything. Better yet, I want you to see for yourself what she represents. That's my hope. That is my genuine hope. I want you to see for yourself what she represents. And my final thought here, my absolute final thought is I want you to vote how you want. Okay? I've been saying this from the beginning. I don't want to tell you how to vote, but I encourage you strongly to know how you vote. Okay? Vote how you want, but know how you vote. I think it's wildly unfair if you only vote for someone purely based on an emotional response of what you felt by watching her campaign video. And you know what? Like I'm a victim over here too. All right? Some of these videos are pretty good. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of these videos are pretty good. This one video with what is it? Yeah, this one video with pretty much Barack of her supporting Barack, and it goes from "Does it ever drive you crazy?" This is a song, by the way. Just how, and this is her again. Fast the night, right? And it leads up to them finally endorsing her, right? This is a pretty emotional video. It's great, but at the end of the day, I don't think people should be voting based off emotion. I believe you should be voting based on policy. Now, again, like I said, there are benefits to voting based on emotion, but I think even then, it should be a pretty healthy balance because passion, commitment, those things are good. But I think those are best utilized in the formula of informed and thoughtful decision making. Okay. Anyways, that's the whole video. I really just wanted to shed some light into what I'm seeing here because I think it's important. I don't think a lot of people are talking about this. And you know what? I'm pretty convinced that she will be updating this. Okay, that's my hope. I hope that she has some policies on here. Maybe they're working on it. I don't know. Maybe it is unfair to compare them to Kennedy Shanahan's policies or Trump and Vance's policies. Maybe that's unfair. They've been in the race longer. You could say that. I'm just saying, rapid response team, if you have time to post 40,000 times in a day on X, you probably have time to share with the American people what your plan is for the future. Anyways, I'd love to know what your thoughts are here. Tell me your perspective. Tell me your worldview here in the comment sections. Let's elevate the conversation there. And I just want to thank you so much for sharing this time with me. It is the absolute most beautiful thing in the world. Okay. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate your time so much, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to support what we're building here, please like and subscribe. It means a lot and it really helps us out. And if you want to see even more content from me, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be sharing a lot more on there. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.